So, Marcus, please tell us what region you're repping.
Real quick before we get into that, can I please just prove Marcus wrong real quick, even though I ultimately agree with his point that he was making about Tim Duncan. My nigga Tim Duncan does indeed have a shoe, and here it is.
Is that right?
He had.
Hey!
Oh yeah.
Yo!
He wearing the Duncans.
Yo, you have the Tim Duncans?
I have them.
They
were a pair
bitches is
they
crispy.
were technically, I guess they were like foam posits. So.
Oh yeah, them bitches hard. I like them.
I forget all the time that those are Duncans. All the time.
Yeah, because they're
you and me both.
So don't you know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Tim Duncan. He had a shoe.
Yeah. Don't sleep
Damn,
on
shit's
Tim.
hard too.
Pick Marcus. Don't let me talk shit. Go.
You pulled them out the back of the closet and to the left. Nigga, the bottoms are not even dirty. You've never worn them in public. You have them, but you ain't flossing them. Well, so I gotta explain my region because everybody knows I'm from St. Louis. St. Louis is in the Midwest, but Allie pulled the Midwest, so I went to where I was comfortable with, which was the South. And in the South, like, because my mom was from Memphis, I chose Memphis. So, and the biggest name in Memphis is 3 6 Mafia. So, you know, Juicy J, DJ Paul, Project Pat, LeChant, Gangsta Boo, Crunchy Black, I mean, Lord Infamy. Like, it goes on. There's so many members who are the family tree of 3 6 Mafia is like Smith. Shit, it's everywhere, you know. Everyone had a fucking 3 6 Mafia, but the song that I believe puts them first on the map, like, because it was their iconic song, it's twofold, because I want to go earlier, but you know, I had to literally go according to the album, and everybody knows Stay Fly, everybody knows you know, the Two-Way Free, Slob on My Knob, but they're known for It's Hard Out Here for them, Hustle and Flow. That's what they won the Oscar for. That's the song that most people reckon. That's what put 3 6 Mafia mainstream, because they got on MTV after that. You know, they had their own little show. Juicy J was driving a Rolls Royce. A Rolls Royce is a car that you're supposed to be driven in. You're not supposed to drive your own Rolls Royce. But that's a old 90s, I mean early 2000 memory. But Juicy J was riding around in Memphis in that bitch, going to the store. So like that shit was iconic back then. But there are so many different 3 6 Mafia hits, because early in the show we said Slob on My Knob didn't get popular, even though it came out in 1999. It didn't get popular until later on. You know, it aged well, if you would. It's that back that ass up for, you know, that time frame before that even came out. If you were a 3 6 Mafia fan, though, I would say the birth of crunk music was Tear the Club Up before Lil Jon. You know, Lil Jon had some gangster hits, but Tear the Club Up in 1997, that was a fight anthem. That schools was going at it. That you was whooping ass in that hole. So I'm gonna say 3 6 Mafia. I had an honorable second too, but I don't know if we got time for that.
I mean, real quick.
So I'm gonna go to Atlanta and go Outkast.
Oh,
all right.
So, you know, there are so many different artists in Atlanta, but I feel like Outkast was as different for Atlanta and as instrumental in what an Atlanta sound is, because everybody kind of gravitated to Outkast, because whether or not you were a trap fan, you were related more to the Big Boy. If you were more of like a consciousness, but a little bit different, you had Andre 3 Stacks. So they had kind of both, you know. and if you want to split hairs about it, Outkast was the cousin to UGK. You know, if you want to split hairs, and that's like a go into the weeds conversation of who you, because it really comes down to personal preference. If you were in Texas more than you were in Atlanta, or if you were in Atlanta more than you were in Texas, like you know who, because they do mirror each other in style, except Andre 3 Stacks is just not as wild as Pimp C, but Pimp C had some moments, so you know, so it's but.
Yeah, please
But
tune into the Patreon for some of those moments.
Yeah. So I'm gonna definitely say Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta 3 Stacks, Andre 3000, Big Boy. That's kind of like that's because that's what I think of when I think of South. Everything else kind of comes after those.
Okay.
And after that, you know, so that's what I got.
Okay, those are some good picks. Honestly, like those are some really solid picks. I like those.